My name is Kinsey Spude, and I am 17 years old and a senior in high school. I was born in Denver, Colorado in 1993, and when I was 4 years old, I moved here to Santa Fe, and I've lived here all my life now. My mom studied art in college, and even though she didn't pursue it as a career, it still had a big impact on me when I would go into her room and see some sketch or some painting she did when she was in college. And also just living in Santa Fe, a lot of the time you're just surrounded by art everywhere you go. So it's hard not to appreciate art if you live in Santa Fe. I really like animation because it opens up like a whole new stream of possibilities, because if you can draw it, then it's possible in animation. You can literally have anything happen in animation that you could not do with probably any other media. Like even with photo manipulation or special effects on movies, there's always something that you can't do with like traditional 2D animation that you will be able to do with 2D animation. So I just like the freedom that it gives, and also the amount of talent that it can show. I mean, when you see a movie like Avatar, for example, sure, there was a lot of talent going into it, but you don't really think about the skill of the people who did it while you're watching it. Whereas if you see an animated film, you're like, wow, that person's really good at, whoever did this is really good at landscapes or characters or, things like that. Animation can really open up a bunch of new doors because it is the universal language. Everybody has eyes. We are one of the most visually oriented species, and emotions are the same everywhere. So if an artist draws someone smiling or laughing in their animation, they're going to get that. So I think animation is a great way to is globally effective, because even if you can't understand what they're saying, a lot of the time you can pick up what's going on just through how the artist is depicting it.
I started working with Kinsey when she was probably in the 9th grade, and she took my film class. I remember Kinsey in those years as being a girl who never spoke. She was incredibly quiet. But then we had the National Geographic All Roads Film Festival from the Lindsay, and Kinsey pitched a project, and I loved it, and she was one of the 2 people I chose for that year. And she got it done, and I was very impressed with that. It was not perfect, but it was also very difficult. She had to gather up veterans and get them to come to a location and shoot interviews with them, and she got it done. And that told me a lot about who Kinsey was going to be. And then the next year, she did a piece of animation that just blew me away. She is such a talented animator. And now Kinsey is a young lady and a real artist, and I think she has a very bright future. So that inspired me to write the letter.
I see myself in 10 years, in my dreams, of working maybe at Pixar or something like Capcom game company, either doing concept art or at Pixar doing animation. And the one thing that will make it so I can die happy is to meet John Lasseter at some point in my future.